Hi, it's Laura again, Hyperstamper. Thanks for watching, and I want to show you this antique junk journal that I have just finished, and I'm about to put it in my Etsy shop. And just a reminder that every single thing in here is actual, real, antique and vintage ephemera. I don't use digitals or commercial products. So I really hope you'll enjoy this little journey through history and all these wonderful treasures. This is a wonderful little book called Girl in 10,000. It's just over 100 years old, and it was written by Mrs. L.T. Mead, who's a famous girls author. And I was able to leave the whole book intact. It's got a little bit of aging back here, but I like it, so I didn't cover it up with a doily or anything. And the design on the cover is really, really spectacular, so I didn't touch the cover. I just think it's beautiful, but I did match these wonderful ribbons to the cover and put some trim here. And then I left the original first pages. Here's the inscription here to Eleanor Libby for good conduct from Mrs. Watson, her teacher, in June of 24. And then again, first original pages, and then we jump into the signatures here that I put together. This is from the 1950s, and because it was a white page of how to make doilies, I pulled these out here. Hold on, let me show you, from this really cool little box of treasures here, and I just wrote, "This is what." I thought that was kind of fun. This is from an antique book on bookkeeping. This is a antique book cover that was in really bad shape, so I just put some antique paper on the back so that you could journal in there. I just think the pattern is beautiful. And then this is quite exquisite. I was going to sort of make it into part of the signature, but I thought somebody might really actually enjoy using it. It's a lovely, lovely doily, and it is very old, and it is now part of this journal's home. So there we go. We'll tuck that in there. This is from an old American literature book, antique as well. And I made a little pocket here. Look at this sweet little baby card from the 50s. 1953 is the date down there. And then you can journal inside out, front and back on that. Isn't that fun? Little baby girl card. This is from a vintage children's book here from the 50s. And this is from the 1940s, actually. And it's a really beautiful image here. Look at fishing in a pail. I think that's hilarious. And we have a children's book page down here from the 40s. And then this is from a 1950s souvenir book from the Lincoln Memorial. Isn't that cool? All about Lincoln. That's one of the pages in there. And this is a 1936 Paris France Almanac page here with some really cool illustrations. Yeah, I really like it. So have fun putting that into Google Translate if you like, or just enjoy the images. I love this page here, the bookkeeping book. One of the 1950s Pearl Shop receipt. I like this, going shopping. So that is from the 40s there. This is from a vintage 50 years plus book, Trees of North America book. Another doily page there. And look at this beautiful plate from the early 1900s, and it's a full color. It's absolutely beautiful. It's got the fleur-de-lis here, and it says the Maid of Orleans. So, of course, in New Orleans, that part of that is French, so that's pretty cool. This is from the 70s, so it's 50 years old, and a little, oopsie, sorry, a little birthday invitation here. Just thought it was fun. Just a little bit of whimsy there that I wanted to add. And then this is an antique book cover again that was too damaged to use, so I turned it into a journaling tag and put a little piece of antique paper on there. I made this triple pocket here out of a 1950s stamp collector book page. There's a vintage stamp from Morocco. That is from 1850 there, one of Hogarth's prints. It's beautiful. This is from a children's How to Play Games with Your Hands book. Really sweet. And then this here, I just glued some pressed flowers onto this vintage Flowers of North America book page. A beautiful little vintage song page here. This is from the early 1900s as well. And some little child through the years painted the leaves green, which I think is absolutely adorable when they do that. This is a really fun image here from an antique book as well. This is from a very old book too. Look at this, petal, 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 petal. Just, you'll see the words there inside the petal. It cracks me up. Now this is just obviously from an antique dictionary, and I put antique paper on the back for journaling. This is really neat. If you could draw this, then you could be a professional artist and get a scholarship to art school. So it's a really fun little piece here, and it came from a 1950s teen music magazine. Fun little clusters here and here. This is so precious, obviously from the 50s. Look at the little puppy, has the little broken paw, and the little boy cuddling his puppy, and that is an old postcard. It's actually from, it's Spanish, believe it or not. And then here is a 1937 5-year diary page that you can journal on front and back. Another vintage children's book page here from the 40s. This is just a little 1950s book page. And this is the actual spine from inside the book. I like that 1940s Theater Arts Magazine page from New York. And I love, love, love this. Look how fun that is. Everybody working there, women sewing, men making chairs, and computers. And then this is a vintage, it would have been on a Rolodex, and that was one of the tabs for that. This is from the early 1900s from a music folio sheet. And look at this beautiful 1950s embroidery book page with the squirrel here and the strawberry. It's really lovely. Acorns. Oh gosh, I wish I could use it. This is from the last book of this, or last page of this book, A Girl in 10,000. It's the end page, so you can journal on the other side of that. It's another vintage Three Bears page. I love this actually. Oh, there's Goldilocks there. Yeah, handwritten research paper. Very old. And then we've got a little journaling spot up here. I love this. This paper here is from the 1800s. It was what was left out of a cover of a book. And then we've got this here, and inside here, I want to put one of these from the library. This is a very, very old box. They were never used, so they still look brand new. Kind of cool, right? And then here I have one of my 1930s Flemish cards, lucky number 7 there. This is another American history page. Vintage paper here. This is another theater arts. 1927 page pocket down there. And then this is just a really fun little children's book page from 1940s that I turned into a journaling card. 1904 Freckles book page. And this is just a piece of pattern transfer tissue from the 70s, so vintage as well. And I love this. This is very old. It's over 100 years old. But look at these beautiful illustrations of the snails there. Really pretty. I love it. And then this here is from the old, this one is from Kellogg's from Britain. So it was one of the cards you could find in the boxes of Kellogg's product, and you would collect them. This one's a train. And then this is how fun with Dick and Jane. So there's little Dick. Here they are following the milkman. Jane said, "Run, Dick, run, run." Classic, right? So these are very, very hard to find Fun with Dick and Jane pages, but there you go. There's a great one. There's Jane there. And then this is a little made in England square with the little fasteners on it. You can just do some fun things with that, decorating your journals. And this is from the 1800s here. So that's kind of cool. The cat's at law. So down here is a cat lawyer or a cat judge. It's pretty funny. More of that vintage transfer sheet. Another Freckles page. I did a little corner up there. And these are the last pages of the book. And then I made this tag here again out of a great old book cover, and then just a beautiful plate here from the early 1900s. I hope you love it. I really loved making this one. You can find it at my Etsy shop, hyperstamper.etsy.com, and don't forget to subscribe. See you soon.